Hi, so this is Kirsty Hall with my activity for op-amp circuit builds. So first we have my name checked off the checklist, and now I'm going to show you guys my schematic drawn. So here's my schematic. I have my 6-volt battery supply going in there. I have my potentiometer here. I have my op-amp here, which is on my LM324. So the LM324 actually has 4 op-amps, but today we're only going to be using one, therefore we're only going to be using pins 1 to 3, and our 4th pin for our VCC plus supply pins, which is our positive supply, and VCC minus supply pins, which is our negative supply. So here we can see here that we have our non-inverting input happening here, and our inverting input happening here. So let me show you my circuit. We've actually got this ticked off. Yep. Okay, so now we're going to build a circuit while explaining the circuit connections. Use appropriate color wire. So here is my circuit. So we have our positive rail here and our negative rail here. So here is my LM324. So we're only going to be using 3 pins here for our op-amp and our 4th pin for our VCC minus and VCC plus supply. So here we can see I have a negative wire going into one of my pins on my potentiometer, and I have a positive wire supply going into the other pin on my potentiometer, and they're just connecting back to the negative and the positive terminals. And then I have a wire going from my middle pin of my potentiometer, coming from here all the way over into my 3rd pin on my LM324. So that is for my inputs, and then I have another wire here for my inverting input. So that is my circuit there built. So we're gonna check that off. Yep. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use our multimeter to check that our circuit is working. So I'm gonna put my banana clips into my positive and negative terminal of the circuit to see that it is working. So here we can see I have my 6 volts flowing through my circuit, so that's what we want to see, which is good. So now we're going to check that our potentiometer should have about 3.6 volts going through it. So I'm going to move this banana strip wire over here to my potentiometer, and yeah, we got about 3.5 volts, which is what we want to see. And if we move it over to here, we should get about the same. Yep. So we do have about 3.5179 volts going through, which is what we want to see. I think this is our non-inverting part of our LM324. So that's what we want to see. So now we can tell that this circuit is working for our op-amp, which is what we want to see. So now we're going to go back and we're going to check that off of our list. So yep, we can go ahead and say that we have tested the circuit. So now we're going to relate the nodes on the schematic to the breadboard. So first of all, we have our first node here, which is between our positive power supply and our potentiometer here. So we can see that this whole rail here is positive and it's going into our potentiometer, so therefore we can say this whole rail here, this wire here, is a node. So then we have our second node here from our potentiometer going into the negative. So all of this is a node there, and also this going back into our LM324 is also a node. So then we have another node here and another node here, which is at our VCC plus power supply pin. So right about here is where a node will be, and then we have another one over on our 4th pin on our LM324 from the notch. And right here will be our other node going from the LM324 4th pin to the negative terminal. So that is another pin. And then we have our inverting input, which is right here. This is our inverting input, and this is also a node from the LM324 to our inverting input right there. So there are nodes on our circuit, so we can see them right here. So now we can check that off of our checklist, and the checklist was shown and updated during the video. Yep, so now we are finished. Thank you for watching my video.